Welcome to the module 3. In this module, we will discuss how we will identify a chemical reaction or chemical change. What are the symptoms or signs or features of a chemical reaction? There are certain features or signs for chemical reactions. We will go one by one. The first one, whenever there is a chemical reaction, there may be a change in color. It is not necessary. That means all the reaction will have change in color, mean that is not possible. Whenever there is a change in color, that may be a chemical reaction. That can be a chemical reaction. So, the first sign or first symptoms of a chemical reaction is there may be a change in color. Whenever there is a change in color, we can say that change definitely a chemical reaction. Now, we will have a demonstration for a chemical reaction in which there is change in color. For that, on my left hand there is potassium iodide. You could see it is a colorless liquid. On my right hand there is lead nitrate. So, I have potassium iodide on my left hand and lead nitrate on my right. I am going to mix these two solutions together. So, after mixing I will be getting lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Lead iodide, which is yellow in color. Let us look at the experiment. So, there is potassium iodide and lead nitrate. So, I am going to mix these two. See the magic of chemistry. What you could observe here? I mixed two colorless solution. After mixing, we got an yellow colored solution. This is an example for a chemical reaction in which there is change in color. So, what is the reason behind this yellow color? Because this yellow color is due to the formation of a new chemical substance called lead iodide. Let us try to write the equation for the last experiment. Potassium iodide means it is Ki. Lead nitrate means it is PbNO3 twice. The products are potassium nitrate KNO3 along with lead iodide, it is PbI2. The yellow color is due to the formation of lead iodide, because which is yellow colored solid. So, why we got an yellow color means it is because of the formation of lead iodide. So, this simple reaction represents a change in color during a chemical reaction. So, the first symbol or signal or sign that you could observe during a chemical reaction, there may be a change in color. Once again I remind you, it is not true for all chemical reaction. In certain chemical reactions, there is a change in color. The second sign or indication of a chemical change, it is the formation of a precipitate. The word precipitate may be new for you. So, what is a precipitate? An insoluble substance formed during a chemical reaction is called a precipitate. So, you are conducting a chemical reaction. At the end of the reaction, there will be an insoluble substance in the aqueous, that is in the water or in the solution where you are conducting that reaction. So, whenever you are conducting a chemical reaction, during that reaction if you are getting an insoluble substance, means a solid in water, that is actually called precipitate. So, let us do an experiment in which there is a formation of precipitate. On my left hand I have barium chloride, on my right hand I have sodium sulphate. Both of these solutions are clear transparent. So I am going to mix these two clear solution, barium chloride, sodium sulfate. After mixing, I will get sodium chloride which is soluble in water and barium sulfate which is insoluble in water, and that appears as a precipitate. Let us see the reaction. See, a white colored substance is formed after mixing. Now we have to wait for at least 5 minutes so that you could see this white colored substance will settle down. I have already done this experiment. See, after settling this solution, you will be getting a white colored insoluble substance like this. So this insoluble substance is actually called precipitate. So what is the meaning of precipitate? An insoluble substance formed during a chemical reaction. In this case, I have mixed two clear solutions. After mixing, I got an insoluble substance. This insoluble substance is due to the formation of barium sulfate which is insoluble in water. Barium chloride means it is BaCl2. Sodium sulfate means Na2SO4. The products are barium sulfate, that is BaSO4, plus sodium chloride is NaCl. This barium sulfate formed during this reaction, that is actually our precipitate. Precipitate means that is insoluble in the water. So that is insoluble. That is the reason why you are getting white precipitate. I have mentioned one thing, if you keep it for settling, you could observe the solid is settled down. Now I will show you that one. See the bottom of this boiling tube. You could see white sediments there. That is actually called precipitate. If you keep it for a long time, the entire barium sulfate will settle down and you will be getting a clear solution. That clear solution contains sodium chloride. You know that sodium chloride is soluble in water. So this is actually called precipitate. If you ask, sir, the last reaction also is an example for the formation of precipitate. Definitely it is a formation of precipitate. See, you could see on the bottom of this test tube, it is actually settling. You could see the yellow colored solid there. Again, this is an example for formation of precipitate. In this both of the case, there was a change in color. One was from colorless to yellow, one was from colorless to at least a white color, like the color of milk. So the second signal or sign for chemical reaction is the formation of precipitate. Let us consider another example for the formation of precipitate during a chemical reaction. On my left hand, I have taken lime water, a clear solution. I am going to pass carbon dioxide gas through this clear solution of lime water. You have studied in your lower classes, whenever you are passing carbon dioxide gas through lime water, you could observe a milkiness on the liquid because of the formation of calcium carbonate, an insoluble substance. Let us do that. For carbon dioxide, I am using my own carbon dioxide produced by my body. I am trying to pass carbon dioxide by simply blowing carbon dioxide to this liquid like this. Let us try. See the formation of white precipitate. Milkiness is there. It is due to the formation of an insoluble substance called calcium carbonate. What was the reaction there? Carbon dioxide react with lime water to form calcium carbonate. This is another example for the formation of precipitate. So what is the meaning of a precipitate? An insoluble substance during a chemical reaction is called a precipitate, which settle down after some time. Now let us consider an example for a chemical reaction in which there is evolution of gas. On my left hand, I have dilute hydrochloric acid. I am going to add a solid substance called sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. Dilute hydrochloric acid react with sodium bicarbonate to give sodium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. You know carbon dioxide is a gas. So carbon dioxide come out as a gas. This time you could observe brisk effervescence like a foam, like a lather of soap. Let us do that. Please listen carefully. So I am going to add sodium bicarbonate into dilute HCl. See. Here you could see brisk effervescence, bubbles you could see. This bubbles is due to the formation of a gas called carbon dioxide. So this is the third sign of chemical reaction in which there is evolution of gas. So sometime there may be evolution of gas during a chemical reaction. Sometime during the evolution of gases, there may be a characteristic odor or smell. This is also due to the evolution of gases. For example, consider the case of burning a piece of plastic. During burning, you will observe a pungent, irritating smell because of the evolution of some poisonous gases from that plastic. Another example, normal egg and rotten egg after rottening. After rottening of egg, you could observe a very foul smelling. It is also due to the formation of gas called hydrogen sulfide. So, sometime during evolution of gases, the gas may have characteristic smell, color, or sometime there may not be any color or smell. The fifth sign of chemical reaction, that is production of sound. You might have observed while burning crackers, you could observe sound, explosion sound. So sometimes there may be explosions. During that explosion, you could observe, you could hear definitely sound. So the fifth sign of chemical reaction, that is production of sound. During a chemical reaction, there may be production of sound. For example, let us watch a small clip. What you could observe there? I think it's a PUBG game. I think so. So there was firing. At the same time, you could observe a sound. You could hear some sound also. It is because of the explosion that taking place inside that gun. So explosion is an example for chemical reaction. During that explosion, you could observe sound. So this is the fifth sign of chemical reaction. During chemical reaction, there may be production of sound. The sixth one, production of heat. You might have observed in your home while burning fuels. It may be LPG, kerosene or some wood logs. What is the purpose of burning that wood log or LPG or kerosene? For getting heat energy. Actually that reaction is an example for combustion reaction, and that combustion reaction produce heat. So without any further explanation, you already know that during a chemical reaction, there may be production of heat. One example, burning of LPG. So you will get large amount of heat energy. Using that heat energy, actually we are cooking food. The seventh sign of chemical reaction, production of light. During a chemical reaction, there may be production of light. For example, you could see that one lighted candle here. We are lighting candle for getting light energy, not heat energy. In the previous case, we have just discussed burning of LPG. The main purpose of LPG was to get heat energy. But at the same time also you could observe light. Another example in which a chemical reaction produce light is just burning of a candle. So candle produce light because of chemical reaction, that is burning of a chemical compound called hydrocarbons in air that produce light energy. Using this lighted candle, I am going to burn a piece of cotton. After burning that piece of cotton, I am going to extinguish. Using this lighted cotton, I am going to burn. Using this lighted candle, I am going to burn a piece of cotton. That will also burn and produce light energy. So, this is an example for chemical reaction in which production of light while burning. So, after lighting this cotton, I am going to eat it for extinguishing. See this like this. So, this is an example for chemical reaction. I am slowly going to eat it. We were discussing about various signs of chemical reaction. So, I have discussed around 7 points. Sometime you could observe all these points together in a chemical reaction. For example, see the small video clip. You could observe all the signs: change in color, production of sound, light, heat, smell, everything you could observe. So, whenever there is a chemical reaction, you can expect some signals or signs or features. By seeing that signs, you can say that there is a chemical change. Now, I will conduct an experiment. I am going to conduct an experiment. Tell me what are your observation. Tell me what you could observe. What are the signs that you could observe the reaction that I am going to conduct here. So, let us do that. Let us observe the reaction. Very carefully, please observe the reaction and try to find out the signs of chemical reaction. Please try to observe, please observe this. What you could observe in this reaction, try to write down in your notebook. Let us summarize today's lesson, what you have learned today. We have learned what are the signs of a chemical reaction. The first one was change in color. The second one, formation of precipitate. Third one, evolution of gas. Fourth one, production of smell. Fifth one, production of sound. The sixth one, production of heat. And the last one, production of light. Sometime you could observe all these things together.